Matt Emroy back again. It is April 19th of 2016. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I know I'm kind of starting this a little bit late, but I have been extremely busy this morning. Mom and Dad are getting ready to go to California, going to visit relatives. They got to go to San Francisco, and then once again they're going to go up to a little town called Sonora, which is about an hour north of there. And I'm just helping them get prepared. It's really a big challenge because they haven't flown in a while. My mom had to get the right amount of all the liquids because you can't carry anything more than 3 ounces of liquid onto a plane, or they may stop you. So that's been a real challenge. I've been going to Dollar Tree and getting a lot of the travel-sized items like the toothpastes, the lotions, and things like that. And what we couldn't find travel-size, we just put in little containers that are like airline approved. So it's just been really hectic around here. I haven't had much time to do anything else. A couple things I'm going to do today. I'm trying to get a computer built for a client. She doesn't need anything super fast. It's mainly going to be used for internet browsing, word processing, and possibly some design, but just like basic stuff like business card designs, things like that. So I'm actually looking at a computer that's posted on Craigslist. They're only asking $30 for it. It's a HP Compaq DX2300 series. It's a business class system. It's got a Core 2 Duo CPU in it, 4 gigs of RAM, and 160 gig hard drive. And they're asking $30 for it, so I think I might go down there and pick that up. I'll get that. I'll upgrade. I'm definitely going to have to put in a bigger hard drive. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do because the only hard drive I have free right now is a 500 gigabyte IDE drive, and what I need is a SATA hard drive for that. So I'm going to have to try to get another SATA drive because I don't think 160 gigabytes is going to be big enough for what they need. But it's running. It's actually running the Intel GMA 3000 or GMA 3000 integrated video card, which I did find out will work with Windows 10. And it seems to work pretty well, and since again she's not going to be doing any heavy graphical applications, then that one should be fine. So I'll probably try to load Windows 10 on that. I think it's running I think it's running Windows 7 right now. I got to look at the ad again, but I mean it's a decent computer for $30, and you know I have a monitor and stuff I can include with it, so I think that'll make her happy. She's been looking for a good computer for a while, and I promised I'd build one for her, but it's just one thing after another. I haven't really had a chance to complete that task yet. You may be noticing the video quality is a little bit better than usual. Well, that's because I finally got my Sony CX240 camcorder working properly. I got that battery door fixed. It seems to be holding okay right now. It's not a permanent fix. I just pretty much use some heavier duty electrical tape to hold it in place. It's just a really bad design. Basically, it's got a little hook like you would hook in to a regular battery compartment, like on a Walkman or an old transistor radio, and the other end has a little plastic piece that just sits behind the chassis. It's not even connected to anything, so both ways it tends to come loose. So I just pretty much tape both edges of it really good, and now it seems to be holding. I was thinking about gluing it. The only problem with that is if I ever have to replace the battery, probably have to break the door to get it out. So I think I'm just going to leave it as is. I am still planning on getting the upgraded cell phone. I'm looking into 2 possible ones. I really want to get the S7 Edge. I'm waiting for the Best Buy to call me back, the local store, to let me know they have that in. But I'm also looking at the new HTC, I think it's called the 10. That's coming out in the next couple of weeks, and I've looked at some of the reviews on there, and it's really a good, really nice cell phone. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that it does not have stereo speakers. They took away that feature. The One M8 and the One M9 both have the stereo speakers. Just for you guys that don't know what they look like, this is the M1, the M8. This, you can see up here, you have literally stereo speakers. You have a left and a right channel, so when I play audio, it really sounds good. And that's the main reason I got this phone, is because, you know, guys know I'm an audiophile. I love listening to music, and this is phenomenal. You don't even really need to hook up a Bluetooth speaker system to this phone. But suffice it to say, the 10 is doing away with that. They just have the standard monaural speaker that's on the bottom. Now, reviews say it sounds good, but they said it's nowhere near as good as the 1M8 and the 1M9. Other than that, I know that it's got the same processor as the Galaxy S7 and the S7 Edge. I think it's the 801 Snapdragon. It's a quad-core processor. The 10 has 4 gigabytes of memory, and I believe it's a 12 megapixel camera on the 10, but it's only works at 12 megapixel in 4:3 mode. If you want to do 16:9 or widescreen pictures with that, you have to bring it back. You have to bring it down to about 9 or 10 megapixels. So it's not that bad. But the one thing that both of those phones, the Galaxy S7 Edge and the M10, have that I love is 4K video recording, and that is why I have not replaced this camcorder yet. Because if and when I do get one of those phones, that'll probably be my primary vlogging camera. And I'll probably just save this camcorder to do specials like maybe food reviews, cooking videos, and things like that. So that's the main reason I have not replaced this camcorder yet. And I haven't made a final decision on what I'm going to do. But it's looking more and more like I'm going to start recording with whatever new phone I get. And you're probably asking yourself, Matt, why do you want to replace this phone yet? I mean, it's not even 2 years old. Well, and it is. The phone itself is in great shape, but I am starting to have some glitches with it. It's running a lot slower than it did in the past. There are times Facebook crashes on this thing constantly. It's gotten to the point where I don't even like to use the Facebook app on this. I actually just will open up the Chrome browser and I'll actually look at Facebook that way. Other than that, I know I've mentioned the issue with the video recording where this will just kind of cut out after a few minutes of recording. And I know more likely than not the problem is the phone just needs to be restored, but I really want to upgrade this because I want to go ahead and try that 4K video recording. Now, I'm not going to do every video in 4K because that's just going to take up way too much space on my computer, and it's going to take even with a Core i7, it's going to take a while to render. So realistically, most of my videos are probably going to be in 1080p, especially the vlogs. The vlogs may be even go down to 720p depending on how long they are, because I don't want to have to keep buying new hard drives to store all this raw footage. But any specialty videos, like if I do like a nature walk, maybe some of the walking vloggers where I go to a more interesting place like City Park, go on a biking, maybe if I go out biking I can try to take the camcorder with me and snap some footage in 4K. We'll just have to see what it allows for. Well, I need to stop this video for a few minutes because I got to go downstairs. We have some work going on. We're actually having the wood underneath our kitchen sink replaced. We had a pretty bad leak there a few years back, and the wood is actually warped. It's kind of wavy right now, and it's rotted. So they're going to go ahead and cut the old wood out and put some new wood under there. They're not sure if they need to replace any of the support beams under there. We don't know if that's rotted yet, but we'll have to find out. If they do, they'll just cut that all out. They'll put maybe some 2x4s, or I think they're actually 2x6s under there, and then just put some plywood and then paint that the kind of tannish gray color that the old wood was. And they are also going to be replacing our garbage disposal, which is something we have needed done for a long time. That is actually the original garbage disposal when this house was built in '99, and it wasn't the greatest one when we got the house. So they're going to go ahead and replace it with I think he says he's going to try to do a half horsepower or or even a full horsepower garbage disposal. We're not going to pick it out. This is a guy that does a lot of the work around our house, and we trust his judgment. So he's going to go ahead and install that for us. And we got some other things that need to be done in the house. We're looking at maybe replacing the floors downstairs, the kitchen floor and the wood floor in the hallway, because the wood is starting to degrade. I mean, it's pushing 18 years old now, and I think we're actually going to go with tile there. We've pretty much decided we want to just kind of replace it all with tile. The main problem down there is with under the wood floor, it's not actually how can I say, the subfloor is not plywood. It's like a composite type plywood, and if we want to go ahead and put a new wood floor down there, He said we actually have to replace the subfloor unless we want to do what's called a floating wood floor, which is basically a wood floor that's not connected to anything. It literally just stays together. When they put it together, when they actually, what's the word I'm looking for? When they weave it, I guess you call it, when you put the wood in, it just kind of stays together. But the bad thing about that is sometimes you can feel it kind of moving, and we decided against that. So I think so we don't have to replace the subfloor. We're just going to pretty much put tile all over the place down there. And it should look good. We're still debating on which one we want to get. The one we're looking at right now is a tan colored tile from Home Depot. I think it's called Desert Sand. And you guys can look that up if you're curious. Just go to Home Depot's website and type in Desert Sand. And it's a pretty long tile too. It's actually rectangular. It's 12 by 24, so it's a 1 foot by 2 foot tile, and I think it's going to look awesome. And I'll definitely try to document that as the process goes on. Talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, before I go downstairs, I wanted to show you guys that the SSD did come in for the HP 6-core system. I cannot install it yet because I don't actually have the rail to do it, but I think what I'm going to do is try to clone this drive. Now, as you guys know, I've not had the greatest luck cloning conventional hard drives to SSDs, but I'm going to give it one more try. I'm going to use Acronis disk management, and I might even try Partition Magic if that doesn't work, but I'll show you guys. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Alright, and once again, this is the Crucial MX200 solid state drive. It's a 250 gigabyte model. I could have saved myself some money. They did have this, actually the same eBay user that was selling this had the MX100 SSD that was about $20 cheaper, and there really isn't that much difference between the Crucial MX200 and MX100, but this has slightly upgraded processor and circuitry that make the buffering a little bit better. So basically this can access, write, and read data slightly faster, even though technically it's still SATA 6 gigabytes. So I figured for future proofing, it was only about $30 more. I decided to go with the MX200. And I need to go ahead and break the seal because I don't think it's ever been opened, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Now that's interesting. I'm reading what this box contains. You can see it contains a 2.5 inch 7mm SSD itself. Let's see, the 8mm to 9.5mm spacer, but look at this, guys, Acronis True Image HD certificate. That might mean I can just download the latest version of Acronis True Image. I'm actually going to have to look into that. He didn't actually list it when he was selling this drive, and the picture was only of the front of the box, so I had no idea about that. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. First thing here, and I'm not going to show you that because this is basically describing how I download the software. Go ahead and put this to the side. And here it is, guys. This is the Crucial. Again, once again, MX200, 2.5 inch SSD, 250 gigabyte. And I'm not actually going to open it now because I don't want any static electricity getting in there. But basically, this is just like a regular laptop drive. You can see on the bottom there, you have your SATA power and SATA data connector. And it's basically what it shows on the box. So pretty happy so far. It looks like this is indeed brand new, and I cannot wait to get that into the computer. I'm going to work on today trying to download this software. That way I can use the latest version of True Image. It'll be nice if the cloning works, because I dread having to format the drive and reinstall everything. This will be a nice quick shortcut for me. Alright, so I gotta head downstairs. I'm gonna go ahead and make myself another cup of coffee real quick before the guys come. Oh, they're actually back right now, so guess I'm not gonna have time for my coffee. Oh well, have to wait another 5 or 10 minutes. Alright, so they had to run across the street and get some extra tools. I'm gonna go ahead and get my cup of coffee real quick. I'm actually going to have the Community Coffee House Blend, which is really, really good. I've been drinking that a lot lately because the McCafe cups have not been on sale as of late, and I refuse to pay $9, $10 for 12K cups. These are like $3.99, and the flavor is pretty close to me. Before they come back, I want to show you what's actually happening. Oh. About a year or two ago, we had a leak down here, and as you can see, the wood is really, really warped over time. So they're going to go ahead and replace this entire floor, and maybe even the subfloor, depending on how bad it is. You can see where the height used to be. It actually used to be up here, so it's actually sagged a good inch or two. Well, got my cup of coffee. Sitting out here on the front porch, it is absolutely gorgeous. About 75 degrees, very, very low humidity right now. You can hear that they got some work going on across the street. Sounds like maybe they're fixing the roof somewhere. But the guys just came, and they're looking under the sink. The good news is it looks like they're going to be able to take the old floor out in one piece. Even though it's warped, it doesn't actually look like the floor on there was rotted. It was actually like a composite wood material, so I think that kind of protected it from actually rotting. Again, we just need to find out what's going on underneath that, see if the subfloor needs to be replaced. Like he said, I think he's going to use some 2x4s and 2x6s to frame the new floor out so it doesn't warp like that again. I have a hunch when he pulls that up, we're not going to see the proper framing under there. I'm kind of curious to see what we'll find. I will try to get some pictures. I'll ask them if they're okay with me filming while they're there, but we'll see what happens. I know a lot of people are funny about that. They don't like to be filmed on YouTube, so we'll just have to see what happens. Thought I'd show you guys real quick how everything's going out here. It's amazing how quickly, once it starts getting warm, things start blooming. I'll show you guys this. As you can see, Mom's knockout roses here are pretty much going in full bloom. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 that are fully bloomed. Then we got some ones up here that are getting ready to bloom. Absolutely gorgeous. I just love the way those look. Let's check the white roses over here. Nothing yet, but I do still see some buds on here. Check this out, guys. Got a couple of buds up there. These will be opening up in a few weeks, or maybe even about a week or so. Looks like something's been eating at this. I'm not sure what. Guys, tell me what that looks like. I think so too. Looks like Pac-Man. Definitely had something eating at this, but that's okay. It's it'll be fine. It'll survive. We have some animals. It may have been a rabbit or something got in there. So yeah, another week or so, we'll definitely have some white roses. I'll pick them and maybe make a little floral arrangement inside. I think that'll be sweet. Well, the mailman just came. Let's see what we got. No packages today. Just looks like some junk. Flyers. You always get those, right? Actually, what is this? Today is Tuesday, so yeah, this is our flyer day. Not like Vlogging Life, sorry. I haven't done one of those yet. We get like the real cheapo ones, like for the pharmacies, Rite Aid, CVS, and Ollie's, which is like a little bit of a discount store. We don't usually get the big box store flyers because we don't actually subscribe to the newspaper anymore. It's terrible to say. If we need to read the newspaper, we just go online, and it's not that often that I need to read the local paper. But I'm going to go inside, see how they're doing, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright, so I am heading down to the other part of Chesapeake, and gonna go ahead and pick up that computer. I have to run to Dollar Tree again real quick because I didn't realize we were almost out of bleach, and I will need that when they're gone, so I want to get that today. I'm gonna try to pick up some more of that Meow Mix wet cat food. There were two kinds. There was the seafood one, which had like I think it had not shrimp, crab and tuna, and the other one had turkey and chicken, and they really seem to like that. It comes in the little yellow containers, and you get 2 for $1. Now the Dollar Tree over here didn't have it, but I'm going to try the one at the other end of town. Hopefully they may still have them. I just have a hunch that's not going to be a normal item for them. It's probably like one of those one-time specials, so I'm going to get a bunch of them if I can find them.
I was trying to get some footage of them replacing the wood under the sink, but it just didn't happen. There's just not enough space to film under there. There's very limited area between the sink and the island, and it's very dark under there. We don't have a light, and the camera just could not pick it up properly. So I'll kind of describe to you what I saw. They were able to get the floor out in two pieces. What it is, they cut right in the middle. They got one end out and then the other, and basically under that there were a couple of 2x4s going vertically, and then a couple 2x6s horizontally, and it all actually looked pretty good. There was a little bit of mold on the one, I guess it would have been the 2x4 going that way. And we're just taking some Clorox bleach cleaner. We're going to spray it on there, let it sit for about 10 minutes, and that should take care of that. But the subfloor underneath is perfectly fine. There was a little bit of stain where I guess the water had leaked through that time. That what had actually happened was the hose for the sprayer had a crack in it, and we didn't realize it, and the water had been leaking down there for a week or so. So luckily, even though the water did leak through there, it dried quickly on the subfloor and really didn't cause any damage. So very lucky in that respect. So the Clorox cleaner, we're going to try to clean it up as best we can under there. The little bit of mold we saw should die from the Clorox cleaner, and then they're just going to go ahead and replace the actual floor with new wood. And I'm not sure about how they're going to paint it. I tried looking up what color it was. It's kind of a beigey tan, but it may not match what the old floor was, but it doesn't matter. Nobody hardly sees it under there anyway. So one thing I wanted to let you guys know, where I'm going to get this computer, this gentleman had a few other towers. I guess he's in the IT field like I am. And I might also be looking at a Dell Optiplex 380, which he has listed, I think he said for about $30. But the problem with that is it has no RAM and no hard drive. And when the hard drive's no big deal. I can get my hands on hard drives all day long. But I want to use the DDR2 memory that I have. I bought at the garage sale a couple of weeks ago for these computers. And unfortunately, the Optiplex 380 is a DDR3 system. I was absolutely shocked because it is the same form factor as the Optiplex 745, the GX 620, and all of those systems are DDR2s. I had no idea that design and that platform, they actually used DDR3 in some of those. So apparently you learn something new every day. And I realize I can get DDR3 RAM pretty cheaply, and I may still pick up that system just to do for a future build, but I won't be able to use the memory I got the other week at the garage sale, so I'll just kind of have to play that one by ear. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right now. I'm going to hit up that Dollar Tree in a few minutes, and we'll see what happens. I may be getting a few systems today. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so I was just driving by the old movie theater, and I thought I'd take a little snapshot. As you can see, they have definitely finished tearing it down. I don't want to get too close because there's a lot of construction debris here, but man, look at that. You can see they haven't really finished cleaning it yet, but looks pretty good. I don't know what they're planning on doing with this. I don't know if it's going to be the April Fool's joke is they were going to turn this into a convalescent home, but I found out that's not the truth. So yeah, the old movie theater is completely torn down. Look at that. All right, well, I just left the Dollar Tree in. No luck, none of those Meow Mix wet foods, but picked up a few things. Just got a Minute Maid lemonade so I could have something to drink on my trip. Also picked up 5 of these. These are my mom's favorites. They're mini milk chocolate bars from the Disney movie Frozen. They're okay for me, but Mom likes the chocolate, so I got 5 of these because they're getting really hard to find. And for me, this coming week, when I do the chicken, picked up some of this seasoning salt. This is like the McCormick one. It's got paprika and a few other spices in there. Gonna definitely do a cooking video on that. We're gonna have some good eats while they're gone. So it's time for me to head down to the other part of Chesapeake and talk to you guys a little later. Alright guys, so I'm back home, and before I end the vlog, I wanted to show you guys that I did indeed pick up the computer. I got this for about $30, and yeah, I'm gonna rebuild it. It's really a nice little system. You can see you got your
Light Scribe DVD burner up here. It even had a memory card reader, which I thought was really cool. I didn't realize that in the ad. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. Again, it's a Core 2 Duo. It's a 4400 Core 2 Duo. Designed for Windows XP, but will run Windows 7, which is probably what I'm going to put on here. Power button, headphone, microphone, and 2 front USB ports. And there's a 3rd front USB port in the memory card. So this thing actually has 3 front USB ports. Bring you around to the back real quick. Down here we have your 2 PS2 ports, keyboard, mouse, Legacy serial, parallel. Got VGA, 4 more USB 2.0 ports, gigabit Ethernet, and then your various array of audio ports. Now, one thing that was really, really cool that he did not specify in the ad. Now, originally, the onboard video here is the Intel GMA 3000, which is okay. It is capable with, it is compatible with Windows 7, but you know it's not the strongest. The video cards that came with this as an add-on, so discrete cards, were the X1300 and X1300 Pro, the ATI cards, which is what I assumed was in here before I went there. But then when he opened it up, I looked in here and I realized this is definitely not an ATI card. This is actually an NVIDIA GeForce 8400 GS, so I'm very happy to see that. Card's in good shape, the fan works and everything, and that's going to make it really nice. I may even be able to load Windows 10 on here. You can see it is maxed out. This particular system maxes out at 4 gigabytes of memory, and this is the main 160 gigabyte hard drive. I'm actually going to be adding a second 160 gig drive that I have, so this will have a total of 320 gigabytes of hard drive space. Well, this is all I have for the vlog today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I know this was a little bit longer than usual, but if you guys say you enjoy the longer vlogs, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.